Hello, and welcome once again to the Dental Marketing Mastery Series. This podcast is brought to you by dentalwebcontent.com and New Patients Incorporated. I'm Howie Horrocks, the founder of New Patients Incorporated. Along with me once again is my friend and partner and the president of New Patients Incorporated, Mark Dilatush.
Well, hello, Mark. How are you doing today?
I'm fine, Howie, other than being back from a nice house on a lake in Maine. I'm back in New Jersey, so...
Yeah, I've been up there with you. I wouldn't want to leave it either, but, you know.
Driving past the Sopranos intro on the way home is a lot to take, actually. To be honest with you, whenever I go up there, I slow down. I slowed my whole body, my demeanor, my brain, my mouth, everything slows down to the local speed. I don't drive as fast, except for my boat. Yeah. But when I get home, my body and my mind and my mouth and my car are still driving, but they're still slow, right? Yeah. And you get back to the mayhem of all these people, and it takes me a couple days. It's kind of like north-south jet lag or civilization jet lag, I guess.
Or when you go to Hawaii, everybody over there is on Hawaii time.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's totally different than mainland. Anyway, we're going to continue in our series of common marketing mistakes that we've encountered. This one in particular today, I think we're going to look at how your promotions look and sound, no matter what kind of promotions they are, and in particular, whether or not something new, wildly original is preferable over something that maybe isn't. You know,
right?
It's kind of the difference between something that's never before been seen by the human eye or cookie cutter.
Right. Or, I mean, come on, let's be real with the audience. We have, just like you and I are opposite brain, we have dentists that are opposite brain. We have dentists who are, predominantly left brain, and we have dentists who are predominantly right brain. We have dentists. I had a dentist, actually one of my favorite dentists on the planet. She knows who she is. Her name is Lori Copley, and she's been a client of ours. She's in Where the Hell Are We, Pennsylvania.
Right.
And I remember when we initially started working with Lori, and she was almost to tears the day that she was making a decision to go ahead with her mailer design. And while this falls into the realm of what we talked about in our last podcast, which was not judging your marketing on what you like, I will tell you that this also is in the realm of our subject today, which is what's better. Customized, 100% custom, where the right brain completely takes over, right? The right brain says, I'm going to create something never seen before by anyone on earth, and it is going to be so good, and I'm going to like it so much. It's going to resonate with the public in such a way that draws them to take action, well, without the use of steep financial discounts or financial incentives, right? Would you agree that's one side of this?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay, then there's this whole other side, this left side. The left side of the brain says, wait a minute. The left side of the brain says, what are you doing with my money? Why are you putting something on the street that nobody's ever seen before just because it makes you feel good. Like, why are you doing this to me?
Yeah,
So,
yeah. It's very expensive to go that other
oh
route.
my God, it's unbearably expensive to test advertising and find out what works and what doesn't work. So the question, Howie, is what's better, 100% custom or 100% cookie cutter? And I'll bow out of the conversation for a little while and let you address that, because Howie is the right brain of the company. Howie's the design. He's the creative architect. He's the guy who writes all the words. If you've ever had any of our advertising in your hands at all, Howie wrote every one of those words. He's also responsible for all the words on all the stuff on DWC. So, and he's also intimately involved. Well, intimately, he's also directly involved with our design team, which is graphic arts. The whole creative side of this company is Howie. So, Howie, why don't you tell the audience what's better, 100% custom or 100% cookie cutter?
Yeah, well, yeah, as you've alluded to, when you get involved with the 100% custom, uh, you, what you're actually doing is you're not running an ad campaign or a marketing campaign. What you're actually doing is running a test. Okay. Now we've run a zillion tests over the years, and there's nothing wrong with tests as long as you realize that's what you're doing. And testing can be quite expensive. We know that through the years. So the opposite of that, of course, is, well, we get clients who say, well, I don't want anything that's cookie cutter. The use of the term cookie cutter is very pejorative. Cookie cutter bad, something new, original, never before seen in a human eye is good. Well, here's what's wrong with that, and that's just as we've already alluded to. You're bypassing the power of testing, and in direct marketing, which is what we're engaged in, what our clients are engaged in, you need to be able to test one thing versus another. One radio spot that talks about X versus one that talks about Y. And after you've done that for a long period of time, for us it's been essentially 20 years, what gets a response from the public just kind of leaps out off the spreadsheet. And you look at it and you go, yeah, that's what we should be advising our clients to put their money into, because it gets a response. And if it doesn't get a response, they're going to get mad at us.
Okay. Exactly.
Gosh, we've got thousands of dollars of our clients' money in our hands, essentially, and we're going to spend it for them. They're trusting us to do that. And by gosh, it better work. So that's the difference. So is that to say that you never customize? Well, of course you customize. You've got to at least customize the piece or the radio spot or the TV spot, client's contact information and the web address and all that. That's obvious customization. But to attempt to completely avoid the cookie cutter, I'll tell you what it is. If you don't want it that's cookie cutter, i.e., anything that has tested and has a track record of success, just send us $20,000 for our free report on how to pee your money away, but look really cool doing it.
Right, exactly.
Okay? Because that's what you're doing. So that's my spiel on it. That testing is just ultimately bedrock important. Dentists and dental practices don't usually have the time or marketing budget to be extensively involved in testing. That's what they depend on their marketing company to do. We've done it. We've been through the learning curves. We've learned, and we've learned what to do and what to avoid. And that's primarily what we bring to the marketing table is just that kind of experience, so that our clients don't have to go out and test. spend their money on that when they can just spend their money on something that's already been tested.
Yeah, there's cookie cutter and customized is not really, or the battle, let's call it a battle. People like that.
Yeah, it's not the choice.
It's not. Yeah, it's not an either or choice. It's the sweet spot is kind of right down the middle.
Exactly.
Where you use tested principles, tested design, tested layout, tested size, fold, tested font size, word density, image density, where you test basically every aspect of everything within a piece of advertising. But that's the cookie cutter part. But the customized part is where you prioritize the doctor's marketable attributes based on their stated goals for their advertising budget. How variable are they? They're variable all over the map. Doctors come to us all the time and say, hey, I want more new patients. But then you start really asking them questions and they go, well, okay, really what I really don't need a whole bunch of more new patients. What I really want is I want more larger case patients.
More quality.
More quality new patients, less shoppers. So once you get into a more in-depth conversation with a dentist, you usually get a more refined need requirement. And that definitely lends itself to the customization of the tested template. So the answer to the question, which is better, 100% custom or 100% cookie cutter, the answer is neither. The answer is somewhere in between.
Right.
Like 50-50 or 49-51 or somewhere right down the middle of the goalposts, okay, is where you want your advertising to be. If you call a graphic artist from Craigslist, to do your graphic design for you, and they've never worked in dentistry before, you have to have a long learning curve. Hell, there's even dental marketing companies or people in our own space in competition with us who I know are doing their fifth or sixth client. So they've got a long learning curve there as well. Ultimately, for the dentists who are on the phone, whether you use us or you don't use us, what you want to look for in your guiding of your marketing firm is you want to make sure that they are leading with a template that they know has worked for other dental clients. And you want them to customize it to your office, but use their template. I don't think anyone in dentistry in the world has done the level of testing and independent consumer research that we have. Okay, it is absolutely one of our unique selling positions. Okay, there's no doubt about it, and we're proud of it, and we put it out there. We even coined the phrase evidence-based dental marketing because it's true. All right, but that doesn't mean the other marketing companies don't do any testing. I honestly don't know. So if you're working with a different marketing firm, there's your guidance from us. Our guidance is, let's say the person's name is Bob. Hey, Bob, I don't want my stuff to be brand new, okay? And I don't want you to try stuff with my money, okay? But at the same time, in other words, I want you to use something that you found to work for other clients of yours, but at the same time, look, here are the list of items of my marketable attributes that I think are priority. And I want you to incorporate all these into my advertising. I think if you do that with whoever you work with, whether it's NPI or ABC Dental Marketing Company, you will be providing them with valuable guidance, and you will have a better outcome. Whatever dollars you're spending with them, you will have a better outcome. You agree with that, Howie?
Yeah, absolutely. And it goes back to basically one of our themes that runs through our company and our own lifeblood is that, we want to, marketing is a risky business. There's no doubt about it. But that doesn't mean you take wild risks. Using a tested template or a tested promotion that has worked in various demographic areas, that's just good common sense. That exposes the client's marketing dollar to less risk.
Right.
And that's really, really important.
Well, I don't know why. Other than the efficiency and of the implementation, I don't know why anybody would engage a dental marketing firm if it wasn't to get more out of their advertising dollar.
Exactly.
Because dentists can waste their advertising dollars very well on their own.
Yeah, they do that by themselves.
That's not. So, customized, cookie cutter. Neither of them are bad. Neither of them are the panacea. Together, combined, the sweet spot. It's like the sweet spot of your driver. It's right in the middle. In the middle, left and right. In the middle, top to bottom. Right in the center. Something that is definitely customized to your marketable attributes, your priorities, but has worked in the past, generating phone calls to other dental offices. That's your best bet.
Yeah, I kind of liken it to running the gauntlet. Okay, putting anything out there into the public realm that purports to be used in attracting patients, we'll say. It runs through a gauntlet. The general marketing population is brutal on businesses and their marketing.
Yes.
And you just get beat up if you put something out there and nobody responds to it, and you throw your hands up and you go, well, advertising doesn't work, so I'm not going to do it. And that's absolutely the wrong conclusion. Come to it. If you've got a method or an individual piece like a mailer or as a billboard, and it's already been run through the gauntlet of public scrutiny, then you can rest assured that your marketing dollar is going to be exposed to far less risk.
I agree, sir. Have we hammered them sufficiently on custom versus cookie cutter?
I think so.
Can we go further and deeper into the subject? Last week we did, don't show it to anybody you know before you sign off on it. I think if you combine that with custom and cookie cutter, I think if our listeners still like us after these last two podcasts, I think we're home free.
Yeah, we've been fairly obnoxious. That's a fact.
It's not our intent. Our intent is to help everybody listening to this.
Absolutely. All right. Well, we're going to wrap this one up for today.
Yep.
All right. Well, thank you, Mark. You and I will, of course, talk shortly, and we'll have another podcast and many more to follow.
We hope you've enjoyed our podcast today. You can find more podcasts on our YouTube channel, on Stitcher, and iTunes. Also on our websites, dentalwebcontent.com and newpatientsinc.com.